Hello everybody, this is CBK at Bullspit Movies and TV, and guess what? It is Walking Dead time. If it isn't news to you already, Walking Dead is a couple days away. I mean, this is, what are we at here? Friday night, so that means Saturday and Sunday, and we're into the first episode of Season 5 of The Walking Dead. Boorah. I know that's lame, but I'm pretty excited about it. Obviously, Walking Dead is one of my favorite shows, and I have to talk a little bit about it before we get into this new season, make some predictions, all that fun stuff. I'm going to use my cheat sheet here and go through some of the characters and whatnot, but yeah, this should be interesting. I don't think this is going to follow the book or the comic books at all, like they normally don't. They use it as a guideline, but I think they're going to actually have a lot more to do with this, what is it, Terminal or Terminus or whatever, yeah, Terminus, than they did in the book. The book, obviously, they ran into hunters and they stalked them and followed them for like a day or so, trapped in a church with this religious priest guy or whatever, and he kind of has a backstory, and they might run into this guy. I think he might be the guy that actually saves Beth because they seen a cross in his car or whatever. I can't think of that character's name off the top of my head, but he's the priest out of the show, and I think they might run into him in this new season. That's what I'm predicting. Obviously, it's not going to turn out the same way. Obviously, Beth is going to have nothing to do with this Terminus. I think she's going to be on her own for a while, by the looks of these previews anyways, and I don't think she was on the spit getting eaten. They weren't going to have a big Beth sandwich. I believe her name is Beth. That's the younger sister, right? I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check that. Yes, Beth. That's it. So, and I think they plan on doing a lot with her, and honestly, I think she's kind of getting to the older age where she might become a love interest for one of the main group, honestly. That's my prediction on it. Who knows? I mean, I always think, oh yeah, I honestly, last season when Rick was letting Carol go on her own, I honestly thought that they were going to have a love scene. It was just going to be one of those, you know what, I like you, and it was just, I was totally reading the tension in that situation completely different, and it was totally the opposite. Rick kicks her to the curb, like, get the fuck out of here, you can't be with our group. But I mean, that's the way the show is. I like that because I can't predict it, right? That's why I want to do some predictions, because they're probably going to be wrong anyways. As far as people dying, I think the AMC is going to get a little choosy on who they're killing off here and there, just because a lot of people are attached to certain characters and they don't want to lose, they don't want to lose people's interest if they're killing off their favorite characters and stuff like that. But with that being said, they also have to kill off characters. That is part of The Walking Dead, and that's the only way you're going to keep it fresh, is people dying and stuff like that. What would be The Walking Dead without going, oh my god, you know who died? It was Dale, or Andrea died. I can't believe that. Or Lori, I can't believe she died. Which is no surprise. She actually kind of dies at the jail anyways. It's just a little later on. It's actually the governor that ends up killing Lori and a whole boatload of other people. And that story kind of plays out differently too. But I'm not here to talk about the comic book. I'm here to make some assumptions about the new show. So I think to spice up this show, I think one of these people are gonna get eaten right off the bat, and I don't know who it is or whatever. I mean, they're hinting at maybe Glenn's gonna get hit in the back of the head with a bat and they're gonna fucking eat him, but I don't know if he's gonna die. I don't think he's gonna die right there, but I'll tell you what, there's two people that I don't really care for as much as the group, and it's Glenn and Maggie. They're kind of off doing their own thing, and I mean, their love story is, they've triumphed over all that is bad and made a love relationship, so I mean, that story's almost done. It's played out, whatever. I think it's just a matter of time before Glenn and Maggie die, so whether they'll die in the season or not, it's, who knows. but I don't think it's a strong possibility that one or two of them are going to die during this season. That's my prediction. Let's see who else is in this group here. Rick, no. Obviously not. The story, the comic book, the show, it's all about him. I think they're going to keep him on for a while. Norman Reedus, or or Daryl. He is probably going to be on there for a while. He's a popular character. Everyone loves freaking Daryl. So I don't think he's gone anytime soon. With that being said, I gotta say, I mean, anyone could be on the chopping block in the show. They could kill off main characters, and all of a sudden, Carl stepping up and taking care of the group. Like, I mean, they might go in a completely different direction than the book or the comic books, just to surprise people, right? To make the show interesting. So, you know, I mean, Rick and Norman Reedus could die. I mean, Daryl, but I highly doubt they're gonna die. I don't think they're gonna kill these characters off in this season. Glenn and Maggie, Michonne, no, I don't see them dying anytime soon. Actually, Michonne and Carl, like, I think the show is about them right now. It's Rick, Michonne, and Carl, and honestly, I mean, in the comic book, I know Rick ends up with Andrea, which is obviously not going to happen because she's dead already, and she was such a douchebag in the show anyways. I did not care for her character at all in the show, so comic book, different story, whatever. A little known fact, actually, Andrea hooks up with Dale, the old man, in the actual comic book, which is kind of weird, eh? This is obviously before her and Rick get together or whatever. Dale eventually dies by the Hunters, by the way, or I don't know if he dies by them, but he does eventually die, and I'm pretty sure they mess him up already worse than he is. Yeah, he got bit, that's what it was, yeah. And these Hunters were eating on bad meat or whatever, spoiled meat, because he was actually going off to die or whatever. Whatever. This is around the point that Dale dies in the actual comic book, so it's obviously, you know, it didn't follow the story very well. A lot of people were surprised in the show when he died so early in the second season, or well, it's actually at the end of the second season, but so early in the TV series. But enough about Dale again. Michonne, I think she's gonna stay around. I think honestly, Michelle might end up being Rick's other half, or at least, you know, the stepmom of Carl kind of figure or whatever. Whether her and Rick have a romantic whatever, that's to be determined, but I do think that she's pretty much Carl's mom at this point. And with that being said, I think Carl's going to be here till the next season. I don't think he's going to be gone anytime soon. With that being said, I could totally see him dying. I mean, the last episode, the very last of last season, it looked like there was a high probability that he was going to die. They were making it out like he was going to actually die or something like that. So, you know, it was like holy gut-wrenching, like they're going to kill off the kid. And I mean, why would they do that? I honestly think Rick's two kids are going to survive in this. I hope they do anyways. I mean, that would just make this show suck so bad if the baby died or Carl died. Rick needs to struggle raising his kids. That's what makes this show interesting, right? So with that being said, Rick and his kids and Michonne, I think are gonna live. Let's see who else we got here. Alright. Carol, I don't see why she couldn't die. But once again, I like her as a character. It might be hard for them to get rid of her, just because, well, her and Rick could end up together. Who knows, right? So, as I was saying about Carol, yeah, I don't think she's going to be gone anytime soon. I hope she isn't anyways, but okay, my hopes is she isn't gone. She is a neat character. She's really badass. She's like a survivor, but she's done some horrible things, or kind of, well, not horrible, but she is kind of the get it done Merle character almost for Rick's group, and I could see her dying, but at the same time, it'd be interesting to see her character development. I mean, she is a pretty cool character, and it would suck for her to die. But I think she could be on the chopping block. She's possible. Who else here? Beth, I don't see that happening anytime soon. I think she could be. We talked about that possible love interest. Tyrese, he could go at any moment. I mean, I know he was a big character in the comic book, but and he lasted for, I think he died at the jail if I'm not mistaken, or he didn't get out of there. I think that's how it went down. I'm not 100% on that, but like he lasted all the way up to the jail cell at least, anyways, where they were living in the prison, right? But you know, honestly, I could give a shit about Tyrese in the show, honestly. I mean, he's alright, but I mean, he's not as pulling me in as some of these other characters. They're already jumping into kind of almost the next generation of characters already, and Tyrese almost doesn't fit in with that, and I don't know if they might keep him or not. I think he could possibly be on the chopping block this year. That's going off of popularity of characters. They need to kill off someone. I think it's possible. So, once again, though, I mean, he's not a horrible character. I just, you know, he's not that interesting to me. You know, I think I was more upset when T-Bone died, or is it T-Bone? Oh, what is his name? That's horrible. Maybe I'll come across it here. Actually, T-Dog. Yeah, that's what it was. It's T-Dog. Let's see who else is on here. Oh yeah, okay, Sasha. Yeah, I think she could possibly go. She is eye candy for the show for sure, but I could see her dying. She's doesn't bring as much to the table as Abraham or the nerd that they're dragging around. I don't remember his name offhand, but the guy that has the cure for everything, supposedly. By the way, is another prediction of mine. I don't think he has a cure. I think he's completely full of shit. But that's just my saying. I don't trust anything that happens on that show. With that being said, sorry. Sasha, I think she's definitely going to be gone. The nerd guy, he's going to be around for a while because they need to go find this cure. So I think he's going to either be here for the whole season or he's going to die at the end of the season. I don't think he's going to die right away. But Sasha, she could die at any moment. Abraham, I think he'll be around for another season or so, depending on that particular actor and you know the way they do things in Hollywood. Sometimes they kill off people just to make it easier on themselves. So Sasha, I think will be gone. Oh shit, I totally messed that up. Yeah, Sasha. Yeah, well, I think she'll still die either way. It was Rosetta I was thinking of. Rosetta. I think she could possibly die. She's not like Abraham and the rest of them. Sasha, yeah, Sasha could die. Bob could definitely die. Those are ones that, like, whoopity-doo, the town drunk, and this other random girl that we really never got into her whole story. Well, she was friends with, yeah. I think they could definitely probably die, honestly. Tara, yeah, she could probably die at any moment too. That's definitely definite. And Garth, Andrew West, yeah, I think he will definitely die or could die.